So Gridlife just released a new series that is part of their Time Attack program. It's called ClubTR or ClubTR. So what is it that you see typically at a track? You see a Mazda Miata, or you see an FRS BRZ. Those kinds of cars, 2.5 liter and below in displacement, or 1.6 turbo and below, are going to be eligible for this class. Now, just like a typical track day, most of these cars get driven on the street, and that is a requirement of this class. So you will have to have a registration for this car, and they expect you to do things like keep a full interior. This is a dailyable car is the idea, but we know people like to tweak and have some fun. Aero allowed. Engine swaps, like for like, allowed. You can even go to different manufacturers. So in the case of the Miata, you can go to a K-swap, for instance. K-swaps we see are very popular in the GLTC wheel-to-wheel program, which is something I'm personally interested in doing. So this looks to me like a solution to kind of be a stepping stone towards their wheel-to-wheel program. So I want to build this car into a GLTC wheel-to-wheel car. There's a lot of expense and a lot of time involved in turning a street car into a wheel-to-wheel racing car, not the least of which is dropping a cage in there, doing the motor swap, all the things that take a lot of time and a lot of money to really refine that car. Can be put off potentially, right? And in the meantime, what can I do? I can run this Time Attack series. So I'm really excited to check out Gridlife even this year, and this might be an opportunity for me to do that. This car's in pretty good shape. What I would need to address immediately is some maintenance items, just because it's an older car. The brake system for sure. I'm gonna get a new set of wheels to clear a larger brake setup. And obviously oil changes, things like that, bushings, things that are wore out from a 250,000 mile car. But for now, I'll probably just keep the engine that's in there and the trans and everything else and go run it as is. I don't anticipate being competitive in that setup, but once I do the K-swap, again, this can be a half step. I can continue to go back to that program and potentially pick up the pace and be competitive in that class. Now, all while, this gives me an opportunity to learn about Gridlife, to experience their events as a participant, but also be developing the car so that I can be competitive in the GLTC wheel-to-wheel series. That's my ultimate goal here. I want to build a car that can be competitive in that series. That may not be feasible for me to do for the full season in 2022. It might take till 2023 or beyond, but I can at least be driving and competing ahead of this full build being complete. And that allows me some time to get my finances caught up, but also allow me time for hiccups and actually doing the build without missing out on all the fun. So this was just announced, I believe, March 11th, that this ClubTR program would be included in their lineup, and hopefully we'll start seeing it immediately in their events. In April, I plan to attend the event at NCM, or National Corvette Museum, in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and we'll see how that all goes down. I won't be driving in this event, but it'll be a good opportunity for me to experience Gridlife. I've been to it at Road Atlanta before and had a blast, just as a spectator. But this will be an opportunity to go out there with a focus in mind. I want to spend some time meeting some of the drivers, meeting some of the organizers, and see what they're looking for, what works well, what doesn't work well, and try to adapt all those learnings to my race program. So if you guys have any advice for me or have any other questions, I'll do my best to answer. I'm reaching out to Gridlife to find out more about this ClubTR program, and I'll report back with anything that I find. Thanks for watching.
Tell me that you need me. The action didn't show it. No